There's 104 days of self-isolation. Outdoor school has come along to save us. We'll still social distance, but with entertainment, there's so much for us to do now. Like maybe doing critter catch with Fossil and Bumble, or cleaning up your messy room. Different experiments with Potato, or wilderness first aid with Trillium. Learning things with Root about animals, or measuring stuff with Marmot. Fascinating. Learning to plant with Lich, plant facts with Morning Glory, and obviously camp songs too.
This rocks!
As you can see, there's a whole lot of stuff to do. Outdoor school is so much fun.
Come on, Boulder!
So stick with us, because the Creekside Staff are gonna do it all. So stick with us, because the Creekside Staff are gonna do it all.
Hi, this is Trillium, and this is part 5 of First Aid Outside, Outdoor First Aid. This is going to be about broken bones or fractured bones. A broken bone is a common injury, and no matter what part is broken or how small or large the break is, every broken bone needs medical care. Signs of a broken bone are a snap or a grinding sound when you're being injured. There can be bleeding, bruising, swelling, or tenderness to the area that's injured. There can be a bone sticking out of the skin, which is very serious. If it's difficult to move a part, or if moving it, or it hurts when you're moving it or trying to bear weight on it, that's very serious, and it could be a broken bone. The two times when you want to call 911 are if a bone is sticking out through the skin, that's very serious. It can be a very complicated fracture. Or if there's a neck or back injury, you have vertebrae coming from your neck down to your tailbone, and any part of the vertebrae can be broken. Those are when you call 911. Do not move the person if there's a suspected back or neck injury. If there is a bone sticking out of the skin, do not touch it. Do not have the person move it. Just stay put until 911 calls, until the emergency ambulance comes. First aid. First, if there's any bleeding, you want to stop the bleeding, so you take a clean gauze or clean cloth and apply pressure until the bleeding stops. The other thing that you can do is immobilize the person. That means to keep the part that's injured very still, and have the person sit down or lie down would be the best bet. If there is a head or neck injury, have them absolutely lie still. Do not move them, and do not remove the helmet. To help immobilize or keep the part still that may be broken, you can make a splint, and you can make it out of a board or cardboard rolled up, or newspaper rolled up, or even a stick, and you put that on and wrap tape or gauze or even a clean cloth around it. The next thing you can do is to put ice cubes in a bag or an ice pack on the injured part to reduce swelling for about 10 minutes. If a person happens to be in shock because the injury is pretty bad, have the person lie down. If the person's dizzy, nauseous, or has tingling in the toes or the fingers, have them lie down and put a blanket or a coat over them. So prevention of falls or of broken bones, every broken bone cannot be prevented, but it can be less likely to happen if you use the safety gear designed for sports and activities that's available. Did you know that if you were playing tennis with a badly strung racket and worn out shoes, that an injury is just as likely to happen as a football player playing without shoulder pads? So using improperly fitted or the improper equipment is more likely to cause an injury or a broken bone. Other prevention tips are wearing helmets. A lot of sports have helmets. There's baseball, softball, hockey, football And also activities such as biking, skateboarding, skiing, motorcycling, inline skating require a helmet. And helmets, I brought a helmet, should fit snugly but comfortably. And when you go back and forth, it should not tilt back and forth. So, eye protection is also very important in a lot of contact sports. And the eye protection, the goggles or the glasses are made out of polycarbonate, which is a really hard plastic. And it doesn't break very easily. It should have a cushion. It should be designed so it has a cushion above your eyebrows and a cushion on your nose, because you don't want to break your nose. Although that can happen anyway, sometimes in contact sports. The next thing is a mouth guard. A lot of contact sports wear mouth guards so they don't get their teeth knocked out. It's also important to remember to take a retainer out when you're playing sports or doing any kind of contact exercise. Next is wrist, elbow, and knee guards. The wrist guards can prevent fractures for the wrist and the arm. The knee and the elbow guards prevent cuts and scrapes. Very, very important is wearing shoes that fit, that are properly fitted and not worn out. Because if you have improperly fitted shoes, you can trip and fall and all kinds of things, not be able to play the sport properly. The other thing is to warm up before you do vigorous sports or activities. And that means light cardiovascular activity, brisk walking or running in place to get your muscles warmed up, because cold muscles are more prone to injuries. And the other thing to do is to have regular practices or workouts. And that is all for part 5. And this is Trillium saying goodbye and have a good day.
Close your eyes, you're at Creekside by the fire. Now I hear outdoor school, so cool. And super glad you made it here, here to learn about science and nature, and make a few friends out here. When you're on field study, getting good and muddy, holding pelts and in your beads, Jericho. If you don't think outdoor school's going to be so cool, I'm here to tell you outdoor school's going to change you. Just show up, just come out, make your student leaders proud. Grab your boots, grab your coats, fill your water up, go before you go. Aren't you the kids who want to learn all about fungi? Though it took some time to arrive here, you'll find the roots are real fungi. It's so cool already, seen some clones, it's scary, it's hardly school at all, Jericho. If you don't think outdoor school's going to be so cool, I'm here to tell you outdoor school's going to change you. Just show up, just come out, make your student leaders proud. Grab your boots, grab your coat, fill your water up and let's